Hi there, beautiful people. My name is Carrie, and I want to be your reader. Since today is Valentine's Day, I thought, why not do you a love reading? And to kick it off, we have two wonderful cards here. My favorite card out of the Fairies Oracle, and one out of the Robin Hood deck. I've got the Bright Mother and the Magician. Okay. So right off the bat, I'm getting a way of understanding the energies of two individuals here. The Bright Mother, this is the more feminine individual, whether you're a lady or you just have more feminine qualities. And the Magician, the more masculine energy, whether that being you're a man or have more masculine energies. So when I think about the Bright Mother, to me, this is very much a card of spring, of renewal, of energy just being fresh and very effervescent. Flowers blooming, birds, butterflies. You get the idea. Spring, right? This renewal. So what I'm getting here is that the feminine individual in this reading, you are probably either young, or you have a young kind of quality to yourself, right? Or even that mothering kind of quality, and you tend to attract those who are young to you. You might have a very nurturing nature, right? And then the Magician. The Magician here, in this deck, he's wearing the deer hood with the antlers. He's got his tool set out on the table before him, infinity, and the palm of his hand. What I'm getting here is a very healthy masculine individual, very healthy masculine energy of somebody who they know themselves. They are a master over their lives. Not necessarily saying perfect, but somebody who is consciously able to direct where they want to go with things, what they want to create in their reality. So, starting off to talk about, what is the interaction between the two of you, I have the Six of Swords. Okay. So, looking at this Six of Swords, there's this young man in this boat crossing the water. You can see the outline of spirits. That might be spirit guides or passed on individuals that are accompanying you on this journey, who are guiding you, helping you get to where you want to go, right? And if you look close, here on the other shore, you see this kind of star shape. Probably not with the resolution of my camera, but there's this little star shape, which kind of implies there's another person, right? So this individual here in the boat, they can see across to the other side of the shore. They see somebody in the distance, right? Okay. Now, you're not close enough yet to know who is this person, but you see them, or they see you, depending, right? The masculine individual here, which is what I'm getting here. I get the impression that this is the masculine individual and this is the feminine individual. So they're approaching, and they see somebody on the shore. They get some kind of impression, right? And now that they know there's somebody on the other side of the shore, deeping into that, we have the Page of Swords. Okay, Page of Swords is somebody very excited, running through the hills, jumping, just wanting to get where they're going. Somebody who's ready to jump the gun. The Page of Swords. They're still young, or at least naive in a certain kind of energy, right? In a certain kind of way of thinking about things, perhaps. But they are ready to go. They are just ready to jump. But that doesn't make them necessarily completely inexperienced, right? This is being a Page of Swords, being one of the royal cards. I feel like this individual has a level of mastery over their mind, their thoughts, the directions where they want to go, or at least the basic level of competence that allows them to wield the sword, even if it's a little bit too big still. Okay. Then I have the Six of Pentacles. Now, looking at the Six of Pentacles, we tend to think of generosity. We tend to think of prosperity, blessings, and these are definitely true, but what's coming to my attention here is the scales that this individual is holding. He has put in work. He has done the balancing within himself to reach the point where he's at. You know, this abundance that he has come through his fairly earned hard work. He is somebody who has, you know, put in the hours, invested the time to learn the skills, so on and so forth. He is somebody who has, you know, he's built himself up enough now that he has enough to share with others. And because of, you know, an individual building themselves up, we come to Judgment. Now, Judgment in this deck is this woman who is in a cauldron. She's got the phoenix behind her. She's, you know, got her arms raised. You can see, perhaps, on her wrists, these cuffs that she has are very reminiscent of claws. So it almost appears like the phoenix would be holding her, provided that it had claws on the end of its wings. And that's not how birds work. But anyway, so it gets this impression, you know, and especially because it's rising with her, that this is a supportive spiritual force. This could be, I feel like I get the impression that you probably are somebody who does energy work, and you've done a lot of energy work on yourself, right? If you've had disbelief around love in the past, disbelief about your success, you know, all these types of things, and you have, you know, this train stuck in your thought, what you've done is decided to get down to the energetic or the, you know, the physical level of whatever the thought is, right? You know, even if you don't see somebody in your life and, you know, mentally you don't believe it, what you're doing is you're creating this energy in yourself to where your body feels it, to where your body feels good, because this energy is supporting you, and it's supporting you coming through you, right? And here I was, and kind of like, this is where I kind of wanted even some clarifications on, you know, kind of some ideas about love in my own life. And I'm thinking about, how does this Judgment card, and the Six of Pentacles, this individual who has cultivated themselves and now they have, you know, something to give from themselves, how does this relate to the Six of Swords and the Page of Swords? And, you know, so I'm pulling some more cards, and I've got Page of Cups. And it should be kind of obvious, but it never really occurred to me that the focus of this Page of Cups isn't directly on the page so much as this little bird rising out of the cup. This little bird rising out of the cauldron, right? Your energy that you've cultivated in yourself, this fire, it's a light. And the reason this individual on the other side, who's on the boat, who can see you on the other side, is because you're bright enough to be like a lighthouse. We're not just talking about, you know, like somebody needs to be physically near you now to be aware of your energy. This is somebody who is crossing the water, as in whatever the transition they're going through in their life, you know, heading across, didn't know where they're heading, or at least didn't know the terrain from the map, rather. But now they see this light. You, because your energy, because you've cultivated enough in yourself to shine bright enough that they can see there's somebody there on the other side, right? That Page of Swords, that excitement to know I'm close enough that I can start to get glimpses of what is waiting me in life further ahead. And so, when this individual finally arrives on shore, what do we get? Four of Wands. You meet, there's romance. This is the celebration card, right? Often the marriage card, or, you know, something to that effect. Partnership. Okay, and this partnership comes with a certain kind of energy. Yes, you as an individual, you're definitely growing, and you can do it on your own. They as an individual are growing, and they can definitely do it on their own. However, together, the synergy that the two of you have, the Page of Swords here becomes the Knight of Swords. You pick up pace. Not only now do you know how to wield the sword, but your connection, your energy, that inner fire wielded has become lightning. You have greater, more focused, intense kind of power flying on the Pegasus. You know, the ability to rise up into the sky, to meet your dreams, to meet your goals. They're not distant things up in the clouds. If you can just fly up to the clouds. And that's what I'm getting here, right? So this synergy, the two of you together, yes, you're definitely great. But, I mean, individually, you're definitely great. But together, even better. And there's that one more card. The Hierophant. Tradition. What is tradition to you? What do you see with tradition in a relationship? I'll leave it there.